When the public scrolls through social media and views images of a glamorous young model sunbathing on the sandy beaches of Malibu, the immediate reaction is one of uncomplicated envy and superficial admiration. We see a bright pink string bikini adorned with silver studs, a flawless backdrop of ocean waves, and a comment section overflowing with comparisons to a literal Malibu Barbie living a life of perfect, unbothered leisure. The glossy exterior of modern influencer culture implies that these digital figures exist in a vacuum of luxury, entirely insulated from the heavy, messy realities of human conflict. Yet, beneath this carefully curated facade of sun-drenched perfection lies a starkly contrasting private reality marked by deep familial fractures, ancestral trauma, and a strict emotional boundary that has been maintained for 2 solid years. What looks like a casual, carefree celebration of youth and financial freedom is actually the public face of a young woman who has completely severed contact with one of the most volatile and famous figures in Hollywood history. The contrast between the bright pink aesthetic of a modern Barbie and the dark, unyielding history of a multi-generational family breakdown exposes the profound duality of growing up in the direct glare of the celebrity spotlight. This complex dynamic defines the current life of 22-year-old model and digital creator Sami Sheen, the daughter of celebrated actress Denise Richards and iconic Hollywood actor Charlie Sheen. While her recent digital updates present an image of absolute independence and coastal glamour, they simultaneously mark a somber milestone, the 2-year anniversary of her total estrangement from her famous father. Sami Sheen has successfully managed to carve out a distinct, highly lucrative niche for herself within the modern digital economy, establishing total financial emancipation from her parental legacy. However, this independent path was forged through a sequence of intense personal conflicts, structural abandonment, and a deliberate choice to prioritize her own psychological well-being over a toxic family dynamic. This specific separation matters deeply because it provides an unvarnished look at how the children of Hollywood dynasties are increasingly using modern economic platforms to break free from the destructive cycles of their parents, redefining the terms of celebrity family accountability. The road to this complete breakdown in communication was built on a series of escalating personal crises, unaddressed behavioral issues, and divergent career philosophies. The last time Sami Sheen was publicly seen interacting with her father occurred at a restaurant in March of 2024, a family gathering that also included her mother, Denise Richards, and her sister, Lola. What appeared to be a standard attempt at family unity quickly dissolved behind closed doors as deeply rooted tensions boiled to the surface. The ultimate fracture occurred following a series of sharp conflicts involving a total lack of emotional and structural support from Charlie Sheen during a critical period when Sami was recovering from a major 2024 surgery. This painful neglect was further compounded by his long, highly publicized history of substance abuse and addiction, which created a volatile domestic environment that his children had spent years navigating. The final breaking point arrived when Charlie Sheen went public with his intense disapproval of Sami's chosen career path, specifically her decision to join a premium subscription platform to secure her own livelihood. Rather than finding a safe harbor within her relationship with her father, Sami Sheen found herself facing continuous judgment and a lack of basic empathy. Recognizing that the environment was fundamentally detrimental to her personal growth and mental stability, she made the decisive choice to cut off all communication, initiating a strict 2-year period of total silence that continues to define their relationship to this day. An investigative and analytical breakdown of this estrangement reveals a profound narrative irony, one that was recently exposed through global media platforms. Last year, Charlie Sheen released a revealing Netflix documentary titled Aka Charlie Sheen, alongside a companion memoir titled The Book of Sheen, both designed to chronicle his long journey through Hollywood and his ultimate battle for sobriety. Within these works, the Wall Street actor made a shocking revelation, claiming that an interaction with a young Sami Sheen in 2017 was the exact catalyst that convinced him to quit alcohol and drugs forever. He detailed a specific day where, after consuming 3 coffees heavily laced with whiskey, he found himself entirely unable to drive and was forced to ask a close friend to pick Sami up from an appointment. Charlie Sheen recalled that during the subsequent car ride, Sami sat in absolute silence, and he realized without needing to be clairvoyant that she was deeply mournful, wondering why her father could not drive her, and when the sober, reliable version of her dad would ever return. This silent heartbreak from his daughter's reaction allegedly forced him to swear off substances forever, achieving complete sobriety from drugs in 2015 and alcohol in 2017. A recovery process that began around the same time he publicly announced his life-altering health diagnosis. Remarkably, Sami Sheen was entirely unaware of the monumental role she played in her father's survival until she watched the documentary herself. She posted a vulnerable video online showing herself visibly tearful while somber music played, admitting to her followers that she honestly had no idea she was the sole reason he achieved sobriety, calling it a 10 out of 10 documentary. Yet, despite this massive emotional realization, the structural damage to their relationship remained entirely unhealed. When appearing on Good Morning America last year, Charlie Sheen displayed a jarring level of cognitive dissonance, claiming he had absolutely no idea why his daughter had stopped speaking to him. He insisted that he did not know what he had done or what he was supposed to apologize for, even as he expressed absolute faith that the separation was temporary and that their valuable history would eventually allow them to work it out. This public confusion stands in sharp contrast to the reality of his other domestic relationships. Since achieving sobriety, Charlie Sheen has successfully repaired his connections with his other children, maintaining legitimate, healthy relationships with his twins, Max and Bob, whom he shares with Brooke Mueller, as well as his 41-year-old daughter, Cassandra Steves, from a previous high school relationship. This disparity highlights the unique, deep-seated friction existing between him and Sami, a conflict that cannot be easily erased by past milestones. A major driver of this permanent separation is Sami Sheen's extraordinary financial success on the premium site OnlyFans, which she joined in June of 2022. By transforming her public image into a highly profitable digital enterprise, she has reportedly generated well over $3 million in total earnings, pulling in an estimated $80,000 per month, according to reports by People magazine. This staggering income has allowed her to buy her own car, finance her own luxury apartment, and achieve a state of absolute financial freedom from her famous parents, joining other prominent figures who have utilized the platform for economic self-determination. The public discourse surrounding Sami Sheen's Malibu Barbie posts and her ongoing parental estrangement reflects a major cultural shift in how society evaluates family loyalty and maternal versus paternal accountability. The entertainment industry was historically engineered to protect the patriarchal heads of famous families, frequently pressuring children to maintain a compliant, unified front to preserve the commercial value of the family brand. Today, however, the digital public overwhelmingly supports the right of young individuals to establish hard boundaries against parents with a history of volatile behavior. While some traditional commentators express sadness over the loss of a valuable history, the overwhelming consensus among younger demographics celebrates Sami Sheen's ability to convert her public visibility into absolute economic autonomy. Audiences are quick to point out the hypocrisy of a father publicly questioning his daughter's career choices, while simultaneously centering his entire redemption narrative around her childhood trauma. Denise Richards has maintained a supportive posture toward her daughter's independence, creating a clear division in how the two parents approach modern digital content creation. The viral nature of her beach photos serves as a continuous reminder to the industry that the current generation of Hollywood children is no longer dependent on parental approval or traditional studio casting to build a sustainable, multi-million-dollar legacy. When we look past the glittering imagery of a Malibu beach day and examine the underlying mechanics of this famous family breakdown, our perspective on celebrity success changes completely. The real story is not found in the dramatic public declarations of sobriety or the sudden revelations of a streaming documentary. Instead, it exists in the quiet, unyielding determination of a young woman who refused to let her identity be swallowed by her father's complex legacy or dictated by his approval. This ongoing separation proves that the true measure of independence is found in the courage to walk away from a broken history, using the tools of the modern economy to build a personal empire entirely on one's own terms.